Hello guys, Gene here with G Squared Tactical. Just a quick follow-up on the Leupold Delta Point Pro. If you want to reference the other video that we put up, or I can give you a quick and dirty, if you will, of what happened. We put it on our FN 509C Tactical here. Took it out to the range, got it zeroed. This is the first Delta Point that Trey or I have, well actually Trey actually does own one, but it's the first one I personally have ever owned, because I had issues with them co-witnessing with most guns, but as you can see, it does just fine with this one. Anyway, took it out, zeroed it, put my witness marks on my elevation and my windage screws here. Obviously, they're not there now because I have to re-zero the optic, but brought it home, cleaned it up, took it back about 2 or 3 days later, as I always do, after marking the adjustment screws. Took it back out to the range, did another 100 rounds or so, just to make sure that when I was there 2 or 3 days before, I wasn't having an off day and making adjustments to compensate for me, just making sure that it was still on and making sure that nothing moved. After doing that, brought it home again, was cleaning it up on the table, which is about 30 inches off the floor. I knocked it off the table I was cleaning on. It fell over onto the floor on a luxury vinyl tile floor, basically a PVC flooring in my kitchen, and it cracked the glass. If you want to go back and check out that video, you'll see how it cracked it from one corner to the other. It was about 7 o'clock that evening. I'm in North Carolina. They're out in Oregon, I believe it is. And I called them. They answered the phone. They connected me with the warranty department. Gentleman got on the phone, very pleasant to deal with. I told him what happened. He emailed me a prepaid shipping label, and I sent it off the next day, which I believe was on a Friday. Sent it off on a Friday. They received it on the following Tuesday, and this is the following Monday. So I got it back all in all from the time I had the conversation until now. I got it back in about 9 days, which is not bad. They sent me another battery, as I had saved, did not mail the battery with the one I sent to them, so I got another battery. They replaced the shroud as it had monkeyed it up a little bit. As you can see, that's been replaced. He said they typically don't do cosmetic stuff, but since I had just bought it, they agreed to go ahead and do it. And as you can see, they also repaired or replaced the glass. And I got my dot on, sitting in front of my front sight, waiting to go zero it. So everything's working, everything looks good. Good turnaround time. I didn't have to follow up with them or anything. They sent me communication emails, very, very informative about everything that was going on. Didn't charge me anything. Gave me a little paper here of, I guess, just how they checked all of the windage and elevation settings and screws before it left. And I got my address covered up there. But anyway, you can see what I see. They got me fixed up. Very pleasant experience. Nothing to complain about whatsoever. Very, very helpful. And I hope that this doesn't happen again. I hope that was just a fluke thing. I've heard that these were supposed to be some of the best, military grade, all that kind of stuff. So I hope, number one, that I don't drop my gun again, but I hope that if I do, that doesn't happen again. Maybe it was just a fluke thing, hard to really say. Trey also has one, as I mentioned in the front of the video here, and he had to send his back because the electronics stopped working. And I don't know, maybe his experience is very similar. Maybe it's one that's completely different, but when he gets his optic back, he's going to report about his as well to see if they are consistent with their customer service and how they treat people. But my experience does not negate any experience he may have, and his experience would not negate mine. So I'm just telling you what my experience was. Very pleasant, got me fixed up. Gonna get this thing out to the range, get it zeroed again, probably do that twice as I normally do, and I'll report back on how it holds up and if the repair was solid. And stay tuned for that. Make sure you hit that thumbs up and subscribe, and we appreciate you guys watching.